Hello everyone. So when you get a tower garden to grow indoors, typically you get the attachments that connect from the top and give the plants the light it needs to grow. But in my farm, as many of you have pointed out, I use overhead lights and even some of these Barinas hanging on the side. And so in this video, I'm going to tell you about why I've done that, some of the things I have to deal with, and just generally the pros and cons. So this is the perfect time to talk about this because I just did a bunch of harvesting. I have a ton of open spots throughout the towers, and that really leads to the first big difference of using overhead versus the attachments. When using overheads, the plants on top are going to grow faster than the ones on the bottom. So because I just did harvesting, I'm about to do a bunch of rearranging. And there's really two different ways that you could do this. Once plants at the top get bigger, you could move them to the bottom, move the smaller ones to the top, or you could put the bigger ones at the top and the smaller ones at the bottom, and those are just going to be the ones that you harvest first or sell first. And as you do, you just keep moving the plants from the bottom up and up and up and up, and all your growing cycles can be done that way. Where if you have light attachments, your whole tower is going to grow very evenly.
So I just harvested over a dozen heads. This is a great time to show you what I'm talking about. So take this tower, I took the ones off the top, and now all I'm gonna do, look, I'm gonna pull one up, and I'm gonna put it up there. I don't wanna cut off the roots. I'm holding the camera in my other hand, but to the point. So I'm just taking one lower, moving it up. And that pretty much is the biggest consequence, you could say, of growing with overhead lights.
The biggest reason why I did this is because it's actually going to be cheaper. These are two Bestfa like 4000 BP LED grow lights, and both of them pull like 400 watts, which is still significantly smaller than if all these towers had their own light attachments. And that's just the cost for energy, not including the cost of actually getting the attachments for all your towers. In my case, I have 10 towers, and that was just a little bit too costly for me to do. And honestly, the only other thing that I think you need to know if you're debating between growing with overhead or attachments is just some things related to the type or variety you're growing. So for example, this tower I have some pomegranate crunch. Now notice this one here in the middle, it's a big head, it looks nice, but it's not purple, and a pomegranate crunch should be purple. If I move it up higher in the tower, it will begin to produce those purple carotenoids, giving it that color, you see? So sometimes instead of just moving the next thing up, I'll take some more developed ones and I'll put them at the top so that they can develop that color, giving them that more visual appeal. And that pretty much covers it.